Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time in February of 2021, the head of the Block Island Seafood Company, Craig Garrity.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice, folks. It's so nice of you. How are you? Is everybody doing okay tonight? I hope you're doing well. See, I have it here, and I have you here too. Let's see if we're not too far away. I'm so tired tonight. I don't know if I can do this, Maureen.
I think you can.
Maybe I should quit. Maybe I should just give up.
No.
Never.
They need you.
The Hot Pog Library needs me. We're coming up on 1 year, our 1 year anniversary from the Hot Pog Library and the Block Island Seafood Company combining forces, intergalactically combining forces to bring you a Bisco cooking demonstration from my home to yours.
Oh, were they the first?
That's right. Hot Pog Library was the very first library. Krista got on the library bat phone and said, Greg, Krista here, yeah, let's do it. I hung up the phone and invested in a tripod. And it's really been, quite a hit ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's dark out now. But I've noticed that at about 5:40, 5:45, it's still pretty bright out. But in a couple of weeks, we'll have daylight savings time. I'm going to spring
23
ahead.
days.
23 days. 23 days, okay, folks? So set your clock ahead in 23 days. Don't do it today because you'll be all screwed up for 23 days. But on the 23rd day, you'll be relieved that, wow, things like really going my way again. Let's see, Profan was wondering what we're cooking tonight, even though, it's posted on the Facebook, on the Instagram, on the Twitter. The recipes are posted on the www.blockislandseafood.com and also at the Hot Pog Library in the comments. They posted it as well. But for anybody who's not sure, today is National Sweet Potato Day. So we wanted to salute the sweet potato, or some people call it a yam.
Yeah, that's confusing.
It's so confusing. And in this crazy time that we live in, let's just call it a sweet potato, okay? Because today we honor the sweet potato, the less starchy but more sugary friend of the potato.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I went to the liberty of cutting up some sweet potatoes already, while you folks were at home probably just sleeping, doing nothing, being lazy. That's okay. I have Maureen behind the camera tonight, so if anybody has any questions for a little while, I have her here for a little while, please ask. Because it helps me. It helps me. Otherwise, I'm just talking to the camera, and I'm just talking to myself, which is pretty much what I do when I'm talking to Maureen. So.
Mary Jo Spinello, is that a new hairdo? New hairdo? Like, it's not a question, it's just like an exclamation point.
Is that a... No, it's, it's the same old hair, a little shorter. But I'm wearing this orange cap tonight, I think.
Franny didn't like that.
Franny doesn't like that when... Sorry, Franny. Are you mad at me, or are you upset with Marie Jo?
Hi, Khaki. Old friends, Carol.
Hey, Khaki. So, no, the hair is... this is my same old hair. Depending on the time of year, I get hair out of the dry cleaner. I change wigs. But this is kind of my, late winter wig.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing this hat here, the Rochester Institute of Technology. And as I say, this is an orange hat in honor of the sweet potato.
We have a pretty rowdy guest here tonight.
We have a rowdy guest.
We might have to throw her out.
And if we do, we do. Franny, look, the kid's 4-month-old. She can feed herself. And the other night, Maureen let her take a bath by herself. Came out fine. With the little swimmies on her. Right? She did great.
Oh, we have a special... Oh! Special newcomer. Say...
Is that Aunt Christine?
Yeah!
Hello, calling up on the Kobasi phone.
Oh,
Okay. Welcome, Aunt Christine. This is not a Kobasi phone. I don't want anybody to think that this is a phone or that the Kobasi is a phone. This is actually just Kobasi. Okay, they haven't made a Kobasi phone yet.
okay. That was you just getting thrown out.
You know what it is? We can only have two drama queens in this house, and I'm the main one. I don't need Franny doing this. Yeah, Maureen is going to take her out now, and like I said, she'll probably scold her or yell at her because Maureen doesn't like it when Franny is verbal.
Ooh, Franny Cam.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Block Island Seafood Company. I have seen the future of Block Island Seafood, and its name is Franny Kate. Look at this. She's the real boss. Krista, you know, I know that you're the boss out at the library, and we know who the boss in New Jersey is, but this is the boss of Bisco. She even tells Maureen what to do. No one tells Maureen what to do. I love you, Franny girl.
And Aunt Christine's mom just joined.
Oh,
Pat?
okay. Hello, Pat.
Okay, can you hang out?
All right, we're gonna get started here before it gets too late and then Maureen has to go to bed. 8 o'clock, that's her max. Just kidding. Let me have a little bit sip of this Canada Dry soda that I've been enjoying today. Oh, that's great, Canada Dry. Canada Dry and the Block Island Seafood Company. For when you want a taste of our friends from the north, it's gotta be Canada Dry. Thank you. Okay, so in honor of, today's also National Margarita Day. So if you haven't made yourself a margarita, please take a break right now and go make yourself a margarita. Maureen wouldn't let me have one because it's a Monday. You're not having margaritas today, she said. So it's also National Sweet Potato Day. Now in the back here, you may have noticed that I turned on some heat. And you may notice here in our beautiful pot here, I got some crusty stuff down there. That's because I've already heated up some andouille sausage. So let me show you what that looks like. Now in the meantime, I have some oil left in that pot. And I heated up this andouille sausage. Now what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of onion and go right into that pot. That's perfect. So, what you'll see here is you can use andouille sausage, which is a smoked sausage that's got a bit of a kick to it, all right? Has a good bit of cayenne. And this is kind of a Cajun-y sweet potato chowder. So what you'll see here on the Kobasi cam, Kobasi cam, brought to you by our good friends at the University of Kobasi. It looks a little crispy. You can see that it's a little crispy. So I wasn't able to get andouille today because I was running around and what have you. So I got some Kobasi here, and I'm just going to run a knife through it. Maureen, stop laughing. So she's laughing. Maureen's laughing in the back. She's blushing. So when it's like that, it looks like a Kobasi cane.
Yeah.
Kobasi is smoked a lot of
I think
times.
you just like saying the word.
Kobasi. It'll be sometimes some beef, some pork, and some turkey, all rammed in there. And anytime you have any meat that's been packed together in a casing or something like that, it's probably good for you. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't eat meat, but you love the taste of andouille, there are some great, near meat products out there. Some great sausages that are vegetarian as well, and they're flavored. So help yourself to those. And I'm just going to warm up a little bit of water here for my baby's bowl.
That's not in any recipe.
It's not in your recipe.
Oh, Shelly Tomlinson, we were late. Where's the little one?
Oh. She's being a bit of a diva, Shelly. She's being a bit of a diva. But
Here she is again. Say hi, Franny.
hi, Franny. Say hi. Say hi, Shelly. Hi, Shelly. No?
Hi, chicky, chicky, chicky.
Sorry, Shelly. Shelly is a Southampton College alum, class of '95, and also a great baker.
Gail Ruber,
Hey, Gail.
why is it called kielbasi when it's spelled kielbasa?
Potato.
That's a good question.
Well, that comes, a lot of that pronunciation, of course, in the country of Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is actually how they would pronounce it there. They say kielbasa. But then it got Americanized when the kielbasi came over here on a boat. And on Ellis Island, the folks from Kazakhstan met, and then it became kielbasa. So, just something to keep in mind. But I do appreciate the question. Any other questions, let me know. All right, so just so you see what I'm doing here, I just cut them up into some pieces like this, and I kind of squared them off, and I'll bring you over here to the kielbasi cutting board cam in a moment. But it just looks like this, nice and simple. I just cut some squares, and I got these right into a little bit of oil. Plus, there's fat in these, so when they hit the heat, they release a little bit of fat, and that's the fat that I just put the onions in. So that's kielbasi cam right there. Tonight, the kielbasi cam, of course, is sponsored by our good friends at Polska Kielbasi out in Riverhead, Long Island, and I know some of you folks in Hauppauge, that's not too far. There's some great Polish town out in Riverhead where there's excellent kielbasi at some of the old school Polish delis, as well as incredible horseradish.
Should have had a game tonight. Every time you say the word kielbasi,
Kielbasi?
take a sip of your margarita.
Yes, good idea. So, as I mentioned, this dish is a little Cajun, so I would like to have had some andouille, which you'll usually find right next to the kielbasi. I'm going to add a little bit of chopped garlic here. And I want to show you what the pan looks like, because you'll see that it's got a little bit of darkness in there, and that's okay. That's just from some of the natural sugars which caramelized onto the bottom of the pan from the kielbasi. And I'm going to let the onion and the garlic just sort of finish itself off there. I'm going to prepare a bay leaf. All right. As I was saying, there's some great Polish spots out in Riverhead here in Queens. Maspeth has some great Polish spots, and I grew up in Woodside, Queens, where we had we had a great Karl Emmers. So I'm not unfamiliar with some great kielbasi. Maureen is in the back now, literally twisting my child's arm. It's really a sight to see. That's why the baby was crying. So I do apologize. Hey, Tara Catano, how are you? Nice to see you there, Tara. The gang's all here, that's right. Is it true you shouldn't eat bay leaves and just cook with them? Well, Christine, I don't think you're going to die from it, right? But my whole life I've been told, take the bay leaf out. As a matter of fact, if you put in a few bay leaves into your cooking, it's always good to remember, oh, I put in 3. I got to take out 3. But before you buy dried bay leaves, they are naturally grown. I would imagine with all the cooking I've done with bay leaves, I have eaten a particle or 2, and I'm still here. Look at me. All 6'2" of me. Thank you. Well, it wasn't that funny, but so no, always take it out. I think the reason you don't want that bay leaf, to eat the bay leaf, mainly is a texture thing, because they're pretty solid and they can be a little thorny. So you bite into that, maybe gets up between the gum and a tooth. That would hurt. That would hurt quite a bit, wouldn't it? I think so. Okay, so we're going to move along on our sweet potato chowder here. And I'm going to show you how I did a couple of these things. I've got the garlic working. I just put the bay leaf in. Here I've got an ear of corn, which I have denibletized. That goes right in. I'm going to take a little bit of paprika and a little bit of cayenne pepper and just a little bit of Cajun spice. Now I'm going to put that in here as well. If you like the dish very spicy, then add a little extra cayenne. If you can get andouille sausage, that's going to add a lot of heat because andouille's got a good kick to it. So I'm not going to go crazy on the cayenne pepper, but I put in a squeeze there. We have some new neighbors across the hall, and Maureen made them a cake, which was, I thought, very, very nice of Maureen to make them that cake. And I told them that that what I do here. So they said that they would take some of these leftovers.
Oh, did they say that?
Yeah. Very kind of them. Did you learn Cajun from a Popeyes commercial? Okay, and Shelly's mom is here too. Now, Rich Delory is wondering if I learned Cajun from a Popeyes commercial. As some of you may know, you may recognize me from not one but two of my world-famous Cajun, the role of the Cajun chef on the Popeyes chicken commercial. It was two commercials. It's pretty huge. I had a recurring role on a commercial. So I have some sweet potatoes here. And I just cut them into bite size. You don't want anything that's not going to fit on a spoon. You know what I'm saying? So I dump that out. Now I want to show you what I've got working here so that when you see this, you'll see how the clam juice that I'm going to use is going to help deglaze this pan. There we go. And I'm going to raise the volume on that right there. And if you don't have clam juice and you'd rather use shrimp stock, that's fine. Look, you can even get away with chicken stock on this. So don't think you can, okay? So I need 4 cups of clam juice. That's 32 ounces for anyone out there who's counting. And this can of clam juice is 46 ounces. So 46 minus 32. That's 14. And I think that's what I have left in the can. I don't know. It's just by feel. It feels like 14 ounces to me. Okay? But 4 cups at 8 ounces per cup, that's 32 ounces. Christine's never heard this morning, so I should probably let her know. Because a lot of people aren't great at math like I am. Because I don't want to brag. It's too early to brag. But I was the student of the month at St. Sebastian's grade school. The only student in the history of the school ever to win that award, student of the month, in back-to-back months. So, thank you. It was July and August. Thank you. In go our sweet potatoes.
Someone wanted to know, Tara Catania, did you soak the potatoes?
Thank you. Tara and I went to college together.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Tara. I hope I...
It's crazy, and I don't mean this about Tara, but I mean this about pretty much anybody who I went to college with. I look a lot younger than a lot of these people. Thank you. I kid. So Tara, I did soak those potatoes specifically because I cut them ahead of time, and I didn't want them to oxidize. get all that sort of like weird looking, funky look on them. That's a cooking term, funkified. And so if I had cut them and just left them out, they were going to get all brown. So that's why I just put them in the container there with a little bit of water, and I drain that water right off them. If I was cooking with regular potatoes, I might not peel them, but the sweet potato, the skin has a lot more ridges, carries a lot more dirt, and it's not as tasty. That skin is not as tasty, if you ask me. So I'm going to let this start to come up to a boil here. And I might have a little extra potato in there, but I'm not worried about it because I have a little extra broth if I need here. But what I really think you have to see here is the corn denibletization station.
That's the corn cam.
The corn cam. Hey folks, this is the corn cam, brought to you by our good friends at Jolly Green Giant. Ho ho ho. So, he got in big trouble for saying that around the house whenever his wife came home. Stop it, Maureen. Oh my God, I'm sorry for that. All right, so here's how I got that ear of corn. Just take your corn, and you might not notice what I'm doing here, but I'm actually taking the knife and I'm turning the knife in a touch. And by doing that, I'm getting most of the corn to stay on the board. If I kind of go straight down, the corn will go spraying around. We don't want that. So I kind of tilt the corn towards the board, and I run the knife right at the corn, just like that. Okay. So there we go. And there you go. I've got this wonderful little ear of corn. Okay, I got this great ear of corn here. Can you hear that? Let's see what Tara is saying. She might be upset with me, even though I was not being for real before.
That's corny.
Oh, that's corny. Yes, it is, Tara. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So I'm going to use this ear of corn. Why not? I'll put that right in here as well. By putting that ear of corn in there, we get a little bit of a nice earthy flavor from that corn. I'm going to add a dash of salt, but not too much because I've got clam juice in there.
Oh, that's a good idea. Bonnie says, I've seen people put the corn cob in the center of a bunt pan so it catches all the
you
kernels.
can do that too, a bunt pan, but I don't... Oh, actually, I do own a bunt pan.
We do.
Well, it's Maureen's. She's like, don't touch my bunt pan. She's so possessive of her bunt pan. But yeah, you can use the right on top of a bunt pan. My mother has a... She's probably never used it because she loves her gadgets that she doesn't use. But she has a little metal thing with some sort of a blade on it that you push down and the cobs fall off. But it's a waste of time. Now you might be thinking, well, why aren't you putting this corn in there yet, Craig? And the answer is very simple. I don't want to cook this corn too much. I want this to kind of pop so that when you're having your chowder, you're going, ooh, I'm loving this chowder. And then, ooh, what was that? And it's like a sweet little pop of corn. It's a trick that I use for my New England chowder. What was that? Oh, it was only second place. I'm sorry. I didn't... What's this even doing around?
How do you put it
This
there?
chowder... February 25th, let's all celebrate National Clam Chowder Day.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
your thing.
I might make a private demonstration and post it up on the YouTube or something like that. We'll see. But tonight it's this, because today's National Sweet Potato Day, we have this here, okay? And I'm going to let that come up to a boil. I'll cover it. I've got black pepper in there. I've got black pepper and I have some cayenne, some paprika, and a little bit of Cajun spice. And that's it. We want to bring that up to a boil. We're going to add a little bit of lemon in a little bit. why not? Who's to say so? I can do what I want here, you
Yeah,
know. So I'm
it's
the
your
boss.
kitchen.
I'm the boss. And we're going to add some shrimp. We're going to add some crab meat. And both items you would find rather prevalent down in New Orleans at the mouth of the Mississippi, where the Mississippi drains as it runs down the middle of our great nation and pours out into the Gulf of Mexico through the deltas of the Crescent City, New Orleans. City of Lights, the Eternal City.
Is that not true?
Some of that is true. It is not the Eternal City. The Eternal City is Rome.
Mm-hmm.
The City of Lights is Paris.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
New Orleans is the Crescent City. So we're going to make this a little Cajun because we've got the andouille sausage, kielbasa, and we're going to do crab, and we're going to do shrimp. A lot of shrimp down there in the New Orleans area. So let that work for a little while. In the meantime, red snapper with a lemon butter cream sauce. You might hear some clicking in the back, and that is my stove, which has really been so bothersome to me for quite a while. Thanksgiving morning, I came in here to start to make a turkey, and the oven wouldn't light. Maureen wanted to move. She said, well, can't we microwave it? No. I found out, I got the thing lit. Now, I ordered a piece from Whirlpool, and I'm going to try to replace this myself. So if you never see me again, folks, now you know why. But I wanted to get the oven lit because I might transfer some fish to it. Oh, I got some wonderful red snapper here. So the oven's not clicking off me, but that's okay. I had it warm enough anyway. I need some shallots. I need some grape tomatoes. And this is over here. This is like our produce area. There's a shallot. That's exactly what I need. And here you'll see I've got wonderful red snapper. Skin is on. I've had the scales taken off. I was over today at Ocean Seafood. Oh, just smells great. There's no smell to it. That's the thing. So if you're going out and you're going to be buying some fish, smell it. Now I bought today this fish today, and it was a whole fish. So they were nice enough to just fillet it up for me and take the scales off it. But they showed me the fish. So I had the fish in my hand. The eyes were very glassy and full in the eye sockets. If the eyes have sort of withdrawn and they're sunken, chances are that fish might have been sitting around for a little while. If you smell it and it smells fishy, you don't want that fish. You want something that smells like the ocean. I'm just going to go to the back here and get some butter. And I hope you guys will all be okay while I'm back. That was pretty quick, huh? Thank you. Just got a little bit of butter here. So the thing with our red snapper, you might find a little bit of what we call some bone here, a little bit of pin bones, and as the fish would be going, right, this would be the tail of the fish, this skinny end, and this would be the head of the fish. So some bones in here in what we would call the neck. For all you marine biology people out there, and I know we've got a few, I know a little bit too, like I know where the neck of a fish is. That's pretty good. Not a lot of people know that. I want to just show you real quick, though, how you might get rid of it. I've lost my camera person. That's okay. She's feeding my baby. So you'll see here that I have, as I was saying, this is the neck area. You just run your fingers right here, and you can see that there's these little bones, and you can even hear it. Listen to this. You don't have to be like some sort of great fillet person to do this. So don't think like, oh, this is too hard. Trust me, it's not. Just put your knife right where the bones are, They don't go all the way down. They just go down a little bit. That's it. And that is it. So I have taken the bones out of this fish. Perfect. And I'm going to flip it over because there's a reason we want to have the fish flipped over. It's because we want to score the skin just enough so that the fish doesn't buckle in the pan. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp. Maureen, sometimes she takes my knives and she cuts her nails with them, so the knives get a little dull. So that's the skin side, as you can see. And very important on the skin side here, I'm just going to put a couple of little slits, just like this. Not all the way through, but just a little bit. And the reason I do that is because the fish will actually buckle when it hits the hot pan. So we want to give the skin some room to move. And this way it won't curl up so much. It might curl up a little bit, but it's not going to curl up a lot. So I'm just going to put a couple of little, score this just a touch. I'm not going all the way through the fish, so don't worry. Okay, so that's that. And I want to give you all a nice shout out. You're all doing great out there tonight. I want to compliment you all. Thanks for being here. I got a hot pan back there. Hot pan working. No cloudy eyes either. Thank you, Brad. Bonnie, yes, we got the bunt pan. Gail Rubin wants to know what other programs we have coming up. Well, Gail, Mondays are our night. We kind of alternate. Some libraries like to have me exclusively on their Zoom channel, which is kind of private. But then, I always make my Facebook ones here. Fish Cam. Fish Cam, folks. Sponsored by our good friends at the aquarium. So our next public one, I'll get that before the night is through. So, Captain Brad here of the Someday Came Charter. Folks, Someday Came Charters out of Hampton Bays, almost booked for 2021. So if you haven't booked, book with Brad now. Has mentioned also make sure that the eyes are not cloudy. So as I was discussing for the eyes, they want to have a nice clear look in them, so that when you look in the fish's eyes, you see yourself. A little bit of black pepper on each side, and this fish is pretty thin, so she's going to cook up pretty quick. A little bit of salt, and we're going to go skin side down first. And I got a hot pan here working with some olive oil. A couple of turns of olive oil. I'm going to put in about a tablespoon here of cold butter. And the reason as I said, we put those slices in here, you'll see, when this fish hits that hot pan, the fish is going to go like this, like. And if you don't have a little slice in there, it could really curl up on you. So keep that in mind. Let's get over to the pan cam. Pan cam. Pan cam. Oh yeah, you see that nice pan cam working there. Here we go. Nice and hot. That's really hot. So very important when we do this, folks. When we put our fish in, you want to kind of put the fish in away from yourself and make sure that the fish has a good bit of oil and butter underneath it. Oops, he's playing with me. There we are. There we go. We've got two wonderful pieces of fish right in here right now, with great contact on the pan. Very important stuff. Alexa, set a timer for 1 minute.
What do you say? Thank you, Alexa. Alexa, how are you today? It's been a long day? It hasn't been. Alexa gets treated very well around here, trust me. So I got my fish working. It's only going to take about a minute to get that first side really nice and crisp, and that's what we want. And the reason why I'm not doing anything, the reason I'm being patient, is because if the pan isn't hot enough, the fish, when you go to move it, it'll stick to the pan. It's not going to be pretty. We don't want that. So we're just going to use some patience and let the fish release itself from the pan. In the meantime, I'm just going to slice up a couple of little grape tomatoes here. Alexa, stop it. Thank you for your service, Alexa. Let me take a look. Alexa, thank you for your service. See, I see that my fish is moving quite nicely, which tells me it's okay to give it a nice, easy flip. Same thing, I want to make sure that I have enough butter and oil under that fish. I add just a touch more butter, a little bit of thyme, my tomatoes that you saw me just slice up there, didn't you? Going in. I got a couple of cloves of garlic, just going to give them a quick smash. Those are in. And last but not least here, I got some shallot. And I'm going to leave the shallot sort of on the larger side. The baby is nice and quiet right now. That tells me that all's well out there. Now, very important stuff here. We're going to we're going to baste this fish. Okay. What I do here is get that down here. I get the butter and the olive oil right up in here. Just like that. Beautiful. Butter and the olive oil are working quite nice. I have to check that laptop there because I'm not seeing activity. So I want to make sure we have activity. What's going on? The video has ended. Who ended that? There we go. Okay, I see you folks. I got nervous. So you saw me basting that fish, right? I think I basted that fish pretty nicely. In case anybody missed it, I'll do it again. Because I don't want anyone thinking that I, was skipping out on the basting. So there we go. Had that nice down here, bingo. You also like that, beautiful. And that's how you do it with a nice piece of steak as well. I'll take that thyme. I'll move the thyme out of the way. Brad, did you have a question about the thyme? Let's see. Oh, the fish is absolutely, positively, perfectly done. Hold on there, Friggle. There we are. And as you'll see, with those little marks that I made on the fish, we don't have any buckling. I'm going to leave the fish just like this with the skin side up. And I'll leave it in this warm oven just to warm. But that's nice and crispy skin right there. Leave the oven in. Now what I got here, I've got my tomatoes. I've got some shallot, a little bit of garlic. Let's make this lovely little cream sauce here, okay? What do you say? We're on the cream sauce cam! First thing I do is I start out with a little bit of lemon zest. There we go. Now, Aunt Christine, in case you're still watching, and Tara, in case you're still watching, very important here when you are working with lemon. You see it goes from bright yellow into this sort of lighter yellow. That's called the pith, and that's a little bitter. So you want to stop there when you're zesting. You don't want to get pithed off. Thank you. Just checking in and see if we... Whoa! This is where Maureen... Hey, Will's here. Just going to check, see if we have any questions sitting around here. Rich says I'm on fire tonight. Yeah, you bet I am. It's all about the baste. Nice job, Tara. I like that. It's all about the baste. Did you hear that? Oh, you're the zest. You're so punny. Tara Catania killing it tonight. Nice job, Tara. I'm the zest. I got to remember that one. I really do have to remember that one. So I'm going to start out with the lemon first. And I'll tell you why you should do the same. If you start out with the lemon first, then you're going to have it's less likely that the sauce will sort of break up on you. But just get a good high heat and cook off a little bit of the lemon. And as I said before, you want to have cold butter so that when the butter hits the pan, it's not breaking up right away. I've got a little bit of heavy cream going to go in. I have my lemon in there already. I'm going to whisk in a little bit of butter and heavy cream. There's that nice nub of cold butter. That should be enough. That's all I'm going to put in right now. I did not notice this one. Come on, Will. You got to get yourself in the game. Tara Catanio's here, Will, and she's crushing it. There we go. And see, the butter's slowly going in. It's not breaking up really quick, which is just fine by me. Now, as I said, I got a little bit of heavy cream going to go in here. And I've already got the flavor of the lemon. I'm going to drop this heat just a touch. Work this all around. Now your recipe, I say take out the tomato, take out the shallots, take out the garlic. But I don't see why you have to. You don't have to do that. I even have those whole branches of thyme sitting in there. Now you want to take your time. Stop it, Tara. Stop it. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's kind of it. Now, because I can handle these guys right now, I'm just going to pull these thyme branches out on my own. I've got really strong hands, just like that. But I've got a lovely cream here. It hasn't split. It hasn't broken or anything. I got the great tomatoes in there. It looks wonderful. I'm going to turn off my heat. I'm going to bring you guys back here. Looks like Maureen is done feeding the baby. That's nice. I like that. So we're going to put that here. And I want to put that over here. Get my board nice and cleaned up. 2021, I'm really trying to focus on having a clean cutting board. I think it's important. My brother Matt and my lovely sister-in-law Tara, two Taras on tonight, got me this wonderful booze block.
and it's such an elaborate cutting board. I had to buy special creams and lotions, and I reconditioned it. It was really incredible. Now, I think we're going to finish off the sauce with a little bit of basil. So we'll get a little chiffonade of basil. It's National Margarita Day, Will. Maybe that's why you missed the concept here. So with this, I'm just going to make a little quick chiffonade of the basil. I layered the basil leaves, one on top of the other, just like that. And I roll them up. Let's see if Aunt Christine wants a basil cam. Do we need a basil cam? I don't know. Maybe we should, just for those people watching out there. So here we have our basil cam, and we roll that up into what looks like a little spleef from all you folks who are at Woodstock, something like that. And just run your knife right over this, and you're going to get these wonderful ribbons of basil, just like that. And that's pretty much all I need, these beautiful little ribbons of basil. That's going to go great in this sauce. Welcome, Kathy. Welcome. Now, some of you might be thinking, this dish is too good to be true. And you can make this at home. As I said, if I can make it, you can make it. That looks pretty good. I've got the basil in there. The basil and the tomato working quite nicely. Wow, great little zing on the lemon too. Johnny Round Plate. We love our blue round plates. Really excited about these round plates here. Let's get my red snapper here. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot. The wonderful red snapper. So, as I said before, these little marks here really prevented it from buckling over, which is good. Woo! This is hot. Nicely done, though. And then one more little piece, just like that. There we are. Good crispy skin, which you can eat. I like the crispy skin. And now we take our lemon, butter, cream sauce with these wonderful little tomatoes in here and the fresh basil. Get some of those thyme leaves out of the way. So I don't know if Brad asked about the thyme. Brad, did you ask about that? Every day is National Margarita Day at Casa de Para. Yes, he likes those buckets. What do you serve the red snapper with? Doesn't get better than this. Tara, I mean, we got to have you here every week. Thank you. I don't know if Brad left, but I just want to let you folks know that if you add thyme, it won't make it longer, okay? It'll still cook in the same. So there we go. Get some of that here, just like that. A little bit extra of the cream right around the outside there. And get some of those tomatoes. You know, like I said, if you don't want to leave the tomatoes in, you don't have to, because they look kind of nice. The red, you can add them, as you can see I'm doing right here. So, let's see. Gail Ruber wanted to know, what do I serve the snapper with? That's up to you, Gail. You want to put this over some sauteed spinach? I've been eating a lot of sauteed spinach in the last 2 months. A lot. Or maybe something a little crispier. Maybe something like some carrots al dente. I like al dente. I like all my veggies al dente. Wow, this tastes really, really good. This is worth a photo, Maureen.
Maybe I'll take a picture. Yeah, I'll take a picture. What, why not? We have a new camera here. I got this to document after we've cooked some stuff, to document what we've been doing. We're not good documenters. I'm not a great photographer, which is ironic because I photograph really well. Thank you. Oh, last one. Oh, that looks beautiful. We're working on a cookbook. Probably never going to happen. But we're trying. Anyway, let's give this a try, shall we? Maureen, did you want to try this?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. But Maureen says things like, yeah, maybe in a little bit. Or, you know what, let's think about that. That means it's never going to happen. So I just get a little bit here of that tail. Wow. Wow. Really tasty. I never go in for a second bite on camera. You know that because of how, I have to be camera ready. I have to be camera ready. That is good. This might be one of the best things we've ever made here. Oh, I don't know. Picture, yes. Snap to it. Red snapper. Thank you, Tara. Bonnie wants to know what other kind of fish you can use here. I think this is great with some of these thinner fillets. Although salmon, this would go great with salmon too. You could add a couple of capers to that for a sort of like a piccata-esque feel. Keep that in mind. But I think something thin, fluke or flounder, would go really nice on that. Striped bass, even though it's not a thin fillet, would work great on striped bass as well. That sauce would go great on chicken as well. And if you were to do the chicken in the pan, just like I did there, the olive oil and the butter, get the chicken seasoned up, pan seared on each side, tilt the pan, same if you were doing a steak, add the garlic and the thyme, that's going to really marinate in the pan, and baste it just as I did. Now if you're doing chicken, it's going to take a little longer to cook. Don't be afraid to just have the oven at like 300, 325. Take the chicken out, put it in the oven. By the time you're done with the sauce, the chicken will have reached its temperature of 165 degrees. That's safe. All right, I hear this sweet potato. It's in the back here. It's working. It's humming. Let's see what's cooking. One of the things I want to do is, I want to get down. We have a bevy of frying pans up here. We never get to use them all at once. But I'm going to get a little heat on one of these frying pans with a little bit of olive oil. And just a note, as I was saying to some folks earlier, I was saying to all of you, really, no one's better than the next person. So really, it really was for everybody. In case your sauce did break, you wanted to do the butter first or whatever, if you notice that the cream and the lemon separated, don't fret. You could take just a little bit of, just a couple of ounces of cold water with about a teaspoon or so of cornstarch and just mix it up really, really quickly. It'll look very silky, and that's called slurry. A lot of, if you like Chinese food, for example, a lot of Chinese restaurants thicken their sauces with that slurry, cold water and a dash of cornstarch. Keep that in mind. That's a great way to thicken sauces or gravies. Another way to do it, have a little bit of butter on hand and take a little bit of the cold butter into some flour and press that into your hands. Smash the flour into the butter. It's called a beurre manier. Beurre manier. And you can put that in, and that'll help the sauce to stay together. So, while I've got this pan over here good and hot, I've got a couple of pieces of shrimp. This is just a half a pound of shrimp that's been cut up into small pieces because it's going to be on a spoon, you see.
You don't want big giant shrimp in here, right? You want people to be able to eat this meal and enjoy it. So I'm going to take my shrimp, get those in there. You hear that sweet sizzle. A little salt and pepper. Work those shrimp in here. Where our sausage? Cooked up andouille sausage, cooked up kielbasa, or maybe like a substitute if you're somebody who doesn't eat meat. If you're a pescatarian, because you would be eating the shrimp. Put this in now as well. We're going to get residual flavor and some of the fat from the sausage. And that'll sort of freshen up the shrimp. Let those cook away. I'm going to get the corn. Maureen can give us a quick look here. And you'll see here the corn is sitting up quite nicely because I just did that. Out go the ears of corn. That was garbage can. Stop it! I refuse to not have a good time tonight.
Oh, you just.
So, I want to make sure that my sweet potatoes are nice and soft. And they are. Perfect. Perfect. We haven't used the blender in a little while. This is my sister-in-law, Tara, who loves the blender. Loves the blender. I'm just going to zip this up a little bit. Aunt Christine. Almost forgot the bay leaf. So maybe you want to just pop this over here real quick, Maureen. And then we'll show them the shrimp.
Stuff's flying.
Yep. It's okay, Maureen will clean it up later.
Yeah, right.
You said that a little loud.
It was meant
right.
it.
Yeah, right. Alright, shrimp looking good. Andouille sausage looking good. As I said, I want to get a little bit of lemon in here. This chowder is going to be delicious. Not all of the corn, but a good bit of that corn.
Julie Alice wants, what is the sauce? I'm not sure what sauce.
What sauce? The lemon butter cream sauce on the fish?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I don't know what sauce you refer to. We're going to do a little bit of heavy cream in here. I think our new neighbors might enjoy some of this soup.
Did you tell them what you were cooking tonight?
I did not. Because, you know, what if they made fun of it?
Did you tell them you cook fish? Like,
I told them that I was an incredible home cooking demonstrator.
did you know?
Yeah. And that, you know, they should tune in. But I didn't tell them that it was the Block Island Seafood Company. I probably should have, right?
Yeah, that would have helped.
Okay. Nasty. So I have some tarragon. Not you, Tara. Don't you be gone. Thank you. I'm just going to run my knife right through that tarragon. And you'll actually smell the sort of the a licorice. Can you folks even see me?
Mm-hmm.
Smells like licorice, tarragon. So it's definitely a distinct flavor. So if it's something that you're a little afraid of, you don't want to use too much, then use it sparingly. So that is looking good. My shrimp, done. I've got some crab meat here. We're going to do a half a pound of crab meat. And this is chicken of the sea. People ask, where do I get the crab meat? Okay, aisle 6. Thank you. The important thing when you get in crab meat is that you're buying it from the refrigerated section of the supermarket. You're not getting it over by the tuna fish, because they do sell crab meat there, but that's like they call flake. I don't know what it is. Don't bother with it. Make sure it's nice and cold. Okay, and that your crab meat. Does Maureen have meat all cut off here? Sometimes she puts this camera and it's so close to me that I get cut off, you know? It's just that she can't get enough of me. She wants to be really close to me. So I have this crab meat here. You'll see up top, there'll be some really large chunks of crab. All right? And I always say this, it's true. Claw, which is what I'm using tonight, claw meat is significantly cheaper than lump, but it's got a lot more flavor. I always say it's the difference between chicken thighs and chicken breast. Chicken breast is usually a little pricey. Chicken thighs are cheaper, but they have a lot more flavor. So I'm going to put this claw meat in here. And last but not least, just going to kind of feel my way through it. All right, you see what I mean? You get this nice lump of, but sometimes there might be a shell in there or something like that. And God forbid there was a shell. Ow! Just kidding. But you want to just feel around in case there are any large shells. Smell the crab meat. If it smells, if it smells off, then you don't want to use it. This smells okay. Taste it. No, it's fine. But you never know, right? Anything could have been in a refrigerator. Refrigerator goes out, comes back on, things like that. So always want to smell it and taste it. Crab meat is in. The last thing I need to do is I need to get my my shrimp and my kielbasa. That's going to go in as well. But I think what I'm going to do is just keep a couple of shrimp right out here for some plating. Let's see. See what I'm missing. I think this is going to be tasty, though. Maureen, do you want to just show them this real quick?
Sure.
This is our chowder cam.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Chowder cam, folks. We've got chunks of potato, chunks of shrimp, chunks of the sausage as well. This is going to be a nice dish. Then we're going to hit it with a little bit of cayenne as well. Let's make a bowl, shall we?
Let's make a bowl. Did you put crab in it already?
Yeah, the crab meat is in. Any questions?
No.
That's beautiful. I'm going to just take a little piece of shrimp, put that right on top as well. And a little bit of that sausage. A little bit of that andouille. Maybe just break up a little piece of greenery there, some basil.
I love your green.
Love greeneries. Folks, it's not just because it looks nice. It adds a lot of flavor.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So let's see what Julia wanted to know. I do the corn ears too. Thank you, Julia. Love that. And I have that blender. Well, hello. LOL, we're running out of time. That's great. People love that. A shell would make one crabby. Thank you, Tara. Nice job tonight. Really, really, people were coming at us hot and heavy.
Wow, okay.
Thank you. That is a lot. Wow, that is more than what you. Thank you. People were coming at us tonight with the puns, and to quote Tara Catania, it was a lot of pun tonight. Thank you. What is our next Facebook Live, honey?
Next Facebook seems to be March 8th.
March 8th. Where are we?
Central Islip.
March?
Oh,
Or
shrimp.
is that a Zoom?
It's a Facebook.
It's a Facebook?
Yep, shrimp and grits and crab bisque.
Ooh, shrimp and grits and crab bisque on March 8th. Keep an eye out. I'm going to try to make a linguine and white clam sauce tomorrow that I'll post as a recorded video. And I'm going to also try to make a chowder this week because it is National Clam Chowder Day on the 25th. Okay? Love the hat. Thank you, Bonnie. Yeah, I said that. I was wearing my Rochester Institute of Technology hat. My goddaughter, Mary, honor student up there, Dean's List every year, every semester, rather. And I thought it really went with the color of the soup. Huh? That's coordination. So once again, I want to thank you all for being here and helping me out. Tara, thank you. You did a great job. I hope it was informative. We aim to please here. So I want to say on behalf of the entire Block Island Seafood Company. Oh, I have to do some business. I'm sorry. I always forget this. People were asking about aprons. Yes, we have our aprons, and we have our aprons, and we have our shirts. They are all for sale. blockislandseafood.com. You can email me, Craig, at blockislandseafood.com. $20 for the shirts, $20 for the aprons, or 2 for $40. Thank you. If you like these dishes and you're going to try them at home, please post them on your social media and tag us at Block Island Seafood so that we can enter you into one of our incredible giveaways. Last month, somebody walked away with a tote bag, okay? And their life was changed. So your life, too, can be changed for the better. Look after your neighbors. If you can, maybe there's somebody out there who could use a hand and you don't even know it. Maybe just give them a ring, pop by, see if they need something. It goes a long way for them. Let's look after each other. In the meantime, God bless and go in peace. We love you, folks. Have a great night.